Today we're going to work on a word problem that's similar to the lessons. I changed the numbers. Brandon plans to put concrete on a rectangular portion of his driveway. The portion is 9 feet long by 4 inches high. The price of concrete is $90 per cubic yard, and the total cost of the concrete Brandon needs is $68.39. Which of the following is the closest to the width of the portion of the driveway in which Brandon plans to put concrete? It's pretty tricky. So we know how much he needs or how much he's going to spend, and it's $68, so we're going to work backwards to find out how many cubic yards they are that he's going to use to figure out an approximation for the width of the driveway. So the first way to start these problems is to draw a picture, and it says in here that it's 9 feet long. So going all the way across is 9 feet. Now this is 4 inches high, and we're looking how many feet this is right here. So before we do anything, we're going to try to figure out how many cubic yards that he's going to use for this volume. And we also know that the volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. We're going to use that formula. So let's start with this value right here. He is spending $68.39. And we're going to use a factor label method to convert to figure out how many cubic yards it is. So that's equivalent to. So we put dollars, we put our units, if it starts in dollars here, we put dollars down here so they cross out. And yards cubed goes on the top. It's $90 per cubic yard. So these units will cancel out, and it'll tell you how many cubic yards that he got, which is his volume. So let's go find that out. And so we're going to start with $68.39 and divide that by 90. Oops, I didn't do that right. 68.39 divided by 90 is 0.76 cubic yards. So this is our volume. The length times the width times the height is 0.76. And we'll put the units here right there. So now we're going to figure out we have a length value, we have the height, we don't have the width. We need to change all the units the same. I'm going to change them to yards. So starting with 9 feet, I'm just going to erase this part. So hit my eraser right here. So it looks like 9 feet. Oh good, I did a good job. So to do the factor labeling method, you put feet, starting with feet, you put feet in the denominator, and we're going to put yards in the top, and then think about the conversion. There's 3 feet in 1 yard, so this is equal to 3 yards. And I'll circle that so we know that. Now what about this right here? 4 inches times, we know that we're going to put inches on the bottom because these are going to cross out, and yards in the top. And we know there's 36 inches in 1 yard. These units cross out. So 4 divided by 36 is 0.111 yards. So let's go do our formula. Length times width times height. Volume equals. So we're going to go length is 3. I'll put a 3. I'm going to have everything same units times width, which is x, times the height of 0.11 is equal to 0.76. And notice that's it's 3/4 of a complete yard cube. That's why it's $68 is less than $90. So if it was bigger than $90, it would be 1 cubic yard, but it's less than that, so that he got less than a cubic yard. Okay, so x is equal to, let's go see how wide it is in yards. 0.76 divided by 3 divided by 0.11 is 2.3. But we want it in feet, so if we start with 2.3 yards times, we always put the yards in the denominator because it's going to cancel these out, in feet on the top. And we know that there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So we just take that and multiply it by 3. So it's 6.9. So this is approximately, looking at our answers, it would have to be 7 feet. So this would be our answer, and I'll go highlight that. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you for watching.